you. Good morning to our friends over here on Facebook, and good morning to our friends right here on Instagram. I'm Tanja Lee, and this is Tea with Tanja Lee, your regular cup of consciousness packed with loose leaf lessons and fully brewed blessings, all infused with self-awareness and personal development blends to help you heal the past, clarify your passion and purpose, and enable you to be a master manifester now so you can fulfill your potential. How good is that? Good morning to everyone tuning in. Look at me rocking my grays. How are you? Type in one word to say how you are today. And let's begin with this morning's brew, my favorite, Genma Cha tea. Here's to you. Cheers. Here's to coming together twice a week, exploring what's possible when we park our funk, heal our shit, and ignite our passion and purpose and get responsible for living our best life. I am so excited to spend the morning with you. I'm so excited. First of all, thank you also for all of your beautiful birthday wishes and blessings. I had a very wobbly birthday. I've had some lovely messages from people to say that they have too. Good morning, everyone. I love you, feeling awake, energized. Cheers to you too. Good morning, Joe. Carly's excited. Excellent. Mary, good morning, Mary Bishop. Happy birthday. Is it Melissa Turner's birthday today? Melissa Turner, if you're jumping on, happy birthday to you. Amanda's great. Okay. So yes, thank you for your birthday, love. I had a wobbly birthday. I had a whole lot of sediment surface and stir, and I couldn't force myself to be a happy Hallmark card. I just had to honor what was there. So I did. I had a big cry, had a big release, had a 2-hour magnesium salt bath, had a lovely deli dinner, thanks to my mum who had some stuff delivered. I ate that with my girls. And that's actually such a thing called where there's about 10 different triggers that have people get into a funk in their birthday. So I'm not the only one. Melissa, is it your birthday today? Happy birthday. Let's give Melissa Turner, who often types in all the lessons and blessings that we get in this session, let's wish her a happy birthday both on Instagram and Facebook. Happy birthday, Melissa. Today's the day that you were born and the world was blessed. So congratulations, my love. All right, it's Friday. That means it's Q&A time, where every week I invite you to write into me a question where you're feeling stuck, challenged, in a funk, in a rut, or all of the above. And I'm going to answer a really great question today. They're all really great. And Carney says, happy birthday, everyone on Instagram saying happy birthday to you. And we have lots of entries in for someone to win our complimentary energetic healing and clearing session. If you're wondering what that is, and it sounds a little woo-woo, it's literally where you and I are together on Zoom. And in 1.5 hours, we identify your biggest handbrake to your potential, your most fundamental subconscious sabotaging belief system, and we find out what it is. We find out what the genesis of it was when you created this crappy belief that holds you back, where you're storing it in the body and how it's affecting you physically, mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually, fulfilled, and maybe financially, and relationships and communication and confidence. We energetically heal it and clear it through a number of different processes where you get to make some unbelievable space in your being. You get to shift the cellular memory from your body, and you get access to living your potential unencumbered by the funk from the past. It is transformational. I've never had a session that hasn't absolutely rocked people's worlds. So if that speaks to you, please, I'm doing a freebie every single week. You just have to go on my Instagram page, the Tanja Lee, follow my page, go to the post that says win, can't miss it, and then write 25 words or less why you would love a session, and tag at least three people that you know maybe would love it too. So I'm going to draw the winner at the end of this. Let's get stuck into today's session. Now, as usual, I am going to ask any of you, and it doesn't matter if we have more than one of you, I'm going to ask you to scribe, to type in to your computer or your phone if you're not driving or not walking, what you're hearing, any lessons, any blessings, because you'll have a kinesthetic relationship with what I'm sharing, and we all get to learn from what you see. So if you can do that, that would be amazing. Also, I would love it if even after this, because you're online now, if you're sitting there with a cup of tea like me, cheers, please take a selfie, tag me in it and share it so we can share the love and invite more people to benefit from this free cup of consciousness every single week. All right, here we go. This week's question, Kylie and the Roys. This one's for you, baby. Thank you for being vulnerable and courageous enough to actually write this in and share it. Here's what Kylie wrote. I feel stuck. I've never been career orientated or driven, but have always had a job apart from when I had kids. I've been in the same job for 14 years, and now, although there's been some role changes and my boss is brilliant, I'm bored shitless. Have you ever been there? Have you ever been in a job? Or listen from a different place. Have you ever been in a relationship where you're bored shitless? My confidence has been shattered. Notice the language. My confidence has been shattered. So if you've never met me before, I'm a neuro-linguistic geek. I'm fascinated with the words that we use, and I believe that we need to be careful what we think and say, for we are listening. So I'm very curious. Kylie, I know you're on. Thank you. Yeah, baby. Kylie, I need you to type in what happened to shatter your confidence. I need to know that piece of information. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so honored that you wrote this. So my confidence is shattered by my own self-sabotage, and I have no clue what I want to do. This leaves me feeling incredibly frustrated. I'm working hard at rebuilding my confidence. I used to be able to find it at the bottom of many bottles, and I bet you're not the only one. Many people use substances to feel more confident, to feel more brave, to shake shit off, to lose themselves and escape. Again, thank you for your vulnerability and courage. I used to be able to find it in the bottle of many bottles of grog, and I would love some help to find direction. Bravo. Let's give it up for Kylie for being so vulnerable. Childhood trauma that I've never given myself a chance to recover from without alcohol. I've got a lot of stuff to share about that. A lot of that's going to come up in an upcoming podcast. But Kylie, I think you're in my draw, yes, to win a complimentary energetic healing and clearing session. Awesome. If not, get in the draw. And honey, if you do want to do a one-on-one to shift this shit, we can do it. But let's dig into this. So let's give it up for Kylie for being so brave. Love, be careful what we think and say, for we are listening. Thanks, Melissa. Even on your birthday, you're scribing. I love you. So whoever can scribe on Instagram would be amazing. I'm here. I hear you, Kylie, says Pauline. Brave, Kylie. Yes, bloody brave. Hey, Diane. By the way, if you're tuning in from overseas, whether it be New Zealand, we have friends choosing in from Barcelona. Welcome to you wherever you are in the world. So the first thing I want to say to you, Kylie, is thank you for your bloody courage. Thank you for being willing to be vulnerable and seen and being absolutely straight. You know, we can't transform ourselves unless we're willing to get clear and straight with ourselves. If we're pretending and putting stuff under the rug or the carpet, we can't really deal with it. Sometimes it's easier to push it down and suppress it or drown it with alcohol. But let me tell you, and don't get me wrong, I love a good red or a bloody chili margarita. I love it. But here's the thing I want you all to know about alcohol. I've said this before. Alcohol actually affects the pancreas. It affects every organ, right? But from an energetic self-esteem, self-confidence perspective, the pancreas is the organ of self-worth and self-love and self-confidence. So if you've had a bender and you feel shit the next day, you don't only feel shit because you've got the toxin of alcohol in your body and then an overload of sugar. You're going to feel shit because the toxin of alcohol affects the energetic realm of the pancreas, which is the organ of self-worth, self-love, and self-esteem. So we often feel like shit the next day. Does that make sense? So yeah, it's really important. Danielle says we can't transform ourselves until we are willing to be straight with ourselves. Oh, Danielle, hi. How are you feeling? G'day, Paula. How are you feeling since your question being answered this time last week? So thank you for being straight and real and vulnerable. Now, Kylie, let's have a chat about you're bored, right? So you've never been really career orientated or driven. You've always worked, except when you had kids, the world's greatest job, but we don't get paid for it. And you've been in the same job for 14 years. By the way, those of you that have tuned in, thanks for tuning in. I invite you to listen as if you wrote the question, or I invite you to listen from you being bored at work or in a relationship or in a particular area of your life, and then you'll get greater value out of it. Kylie, and everyone, consider, and this is a great quote, the key to happiness is progress. So if you've been in a job for 14 years, right, you already have mastery, meaning you've already clocked up 10 years of working somewhere. So if the key to happiness is progress, and you don't have a challenge in sight, you don't have anything that's in your future, in your work, that's going to stimulate you to rise, you're going to get complacent, you're going to get bored, and you might even feel resentful. So the first thing to address is you've become stagnant in your role because there's nothing exciting in your future that's elevating your growth. So if nothing changes there, it's very likely that you will continue to be unfulfilled. You might even notice a drop in your productivity and performance because you're not inspired. So that's the first thing I really want to say is the key to happiness is progress. If you're at a job that you don't enjoy, it's because you're not stimulated. There's nothing in your future that's challenging. Perhaps you don't have a performance development plan. There's not a new skill or ability that you're learning. You don't have greater responsibilities that are encouraging you to rise. So yeah, your inevitable future is more of the same. So I'm going to come back to that. You say your confidence is shattered from childhood trauma, and so I'm really sorry. Whatever has happened to you, I'm really sorry it's happened. Yeah. So Kylie's saying, yeah, hell yeah, productivity is pretty low. Of course, because there's nothing inspiring you, like to rise, to act, to generate, to give more than you're paid to do. You're uninspired, honey. You're uninspired because there's nothing exciting you. So you may not want to reveal what the childhood trauma was in this space. You may like to. So if you want to, you absolutely can. If you don't want to, that's completely fine. Perhaps you and I can do a one-on-one session together and we can shape shift that. And here's what I want to say to you and everybody watching, though. Please listen to this. First of all, whatever has happened to you in your life that has been traumatic, I'm sorry. And I feel you, and I hear you, and I see you. And it's shit that it's happened. You didn't deserve it, and it's happened. Now, I want you also to consider that it's never what happens that defines you. It's what you decide as a result. And I'm going to say that again for our scribers. It's never what happened that defines you, is what you decide as a result. Sorry, guys, I'm not quite that brave yet. Kylie, please don't apologize. It's your life. It's your truth. I'm here for you if you want to do one-on-one. There's nothing you can say that won't shock or rock me. I've been doing this for 25 years, so hence the grey. So you're safe with me, honey, right? So let's just know. Emily, I feel the trauma in my heart. Oh, so Emily's saying I feel the trauma in her heart. See, we have a lot of really open, conscious people here that are feeling each other. Melissa says, also need to believe that you are so worth it, Kylie, and the power that comes from saying no is awesome. Kylie, after this, please make sure you jump onto my Facebook page as well, The Tanja, because you've got some beautiful love coming from everyone there. Now, it is never what happens that defines you. It is what you decide as a result. And if there's anything that I've learned and continue to learn as a coach, it is that distinction. Because I get to work with people that have had a lot of shit happen to them, a lot of trauma, a lot of unexpected innocence being stolen, whether it's sexual abuse, physical, mental abuse from their parents or a relative, whether it's been bullied in the classroom, whether it's a sickness or an illness. It really doesn't matter what it is. If it's mistakes they've made, it's all life lessons, right? It doesn't make it any more palatable. You're welcome. Kylie's saying thank you to everyone. So Kylie, you don't have to tell us what happened, but can you tell us what you decided? So if you think about the trauma and you think about the experience, and I appreciate that may be difficult for you, but if you'd be willing just to connect with, what did you decide? So you were a child at the time, but what did you decide? And if you're willing to share that, then that will help me coach you in this session here. It's never what happened to you, it's what you decide as a result. Thank you, Erica. Good morning, PK. So, Kylie, if you're willing to type that in, that would be amazing. Now, as Kylie may type that in, thank you, Amanda. Hey, feeling uninspired in my career, but I have had some shifts after I've had some work with the gorgeous Tanja, work in progress. Good morning, Suzanne. I love you. Thanks for tuning in. So Kylie recognized that she was drowning her sorrows in the bottom of a bottle, and she was self-sabotaging herself with some, of course, some stinking thinking. Okay. So Kylie, if you're willing to share what you decided, maybe you're typing, that would be great. Self-sabotage is when we are in our egoic orientation. You may remember we have two orientations: our soul, which is our creator. Our agenda here is just to go and do what we love. Our ego is our wounded child that seeks validation because it made a decision when it was a kid and something happened that it's not good enough. We all have that shared belief. We all have that in our system, whether it's I'm not good enough, I don't matter, I don't deserve, I'm not worthy. We all have it to varying degrees. So Kylie, consider that you have a belief that you're not good enough. And you also know, if you follow me, that there's 5 benefits that our ego or inner saboteur gets out of self-sabotaging. So Kylie, thank you, beautiful. She's sharing, I felt worthless, I felt out of control and unloved. Got it. So Kylie, something happened that was traumatic. And as I said, I'm sorry about what happened. And you can't control what happened, right? It's happened, it's done. However, I want you to consider that you decided you're worthless, you're unloved, and what was the other thing? I'm worthless, I'm worthless, I'm out of control, and I'm unloved. And that's what you decided. Now, here's the deal, Kylie and everyone. When shit happens to us, and we make a decision, which we always do, if you're ever disempowered in any area of your life, it's because there's a disempowered belief or decision that you made that you're living like it's the truth. Kylie, I want you to consider, my love, that you decided at whatever age. Can you type in what age it was? That would be great. Hey, Nadine, type in what age it was. So whatever age it was, the trauma happened, you decided, I'm not worthy, I'm out of control, and I'm not loved, or I'm unlovable. And that decision, when we make it, we don't file it in the past with the trauma or the situation. We file that in the future. We make that belief be that is the landscape of our reality. And then we go through life trying to push through those beliefs. But when those beliefs are so strong, guess what? Be careful what you think and say, for you are listening, because every single day, that belief, I'm not worthy, I'm unlovable, and I'm out of control, when you think that unconsciously or even consciously, you are literally building the neurological pathways in your brain that sends a positive, sends a frequency to your body, sends programs the hormones and the peptides in your brain to actually be hardwired and fire to create more situations, attract more people, and manifest more disappointment, so you can fulfill on the first benefit of the ego, which is you get to be right, Kylie, that you are out of control, you are not worthy, and you are unlovable. And that is so far from the freaking truth, it's off the charts. However, I felt worthless. I felt out of control. So let's see if Kylie's typed in her age. I felt silenced and lost my voice. Oh, yes, 8. Oh, I just want to honor little 8-year-old Kylie that will be here in this conversation. My friend, we love you. And whatever happened to you is shit. And you silenced yourself out of fear. And you did what you could do to survive. And you made some pretty big decisions, my love, that has impacted you. How old are you now, Kylie, if you're willing to share? How old are you now? So you were 8 when it happened. How old are you now? 40 fucking years old. Jesus. Okay, there's judgment in your voice. Please, honey, you didn't ask for the trauma that happened to you. It happened to you. You can't control what happened to you, but you absolutely 100 gazillion% can control what you decide and define as a result. So Kylie, Please stop cracking the whip. Today, we're going to wave the wand. We're going to give the wand to your 8-year-old, and we are going to acknowledge her because she didn't ask for what happened. Okay. She didn't ask for it. But Kylie, can you see, and we're not going to do a whole process here, A, because of time, and B, because we're not, but you and I can do it together, which will transform, we'll complete it for you. Kylie, can you separate? Can you see what happened and what you made it mean? And can you see what the impacts are? And can you type in for me, Kylie, what have the impacts been? And everybody else that's listening, listen for you or someone you know. If you've had trauma as an 8-year-old, and then you've decided you are not worthy, you are unlovable, and you are out of control, what is the likely inevitable future for Kylie or anyone else that's decided that? Emily's typing here. I can't begin to tell you the turmoil and the time it took for me to begin healing from childhood. It wasn't an easy journey. We are here for you. Look at the love that you're getting, Kylie. Working on dealing with guilt and self-sabotaging for the rest of my life. Okay, so Kylie is sharing that the impact for her, she received some trauma as an 8-year-old. As a result of the trauma that was out of her control, she decided, I'm unlovable, I'm out of control, and I'm not worthy. So as a result, she's 40 now. So for 32 years, Kylie has been trying to fix herself because she's been living in the morass of this suffering. So Kylie, your suffering ends today if you choose. My question to you, my love, are you willing to take responsibility for the decisions you made as an 8-year-old? I'm not asking you to take responsibility for what happened, because that was out of your control. But are you willing to take responsibility for what you decided as a result? Let me know. Type it in. Melissa's saying you can do this, Kylie. Tanja will give you the tools, and you've got a whole lot of love from the community. Guys, listen, our ego, our inner saboteur, he and she is just our wounded child. We came here expecting to get 100% love and nurturing from the mother, 100% acknowledgement and praise from our father, and we didn't get it 100% of the time. And shit happens. And it is not the shit that happens that defines us. It's what we decide as a result. So Kylie, my question to you, are you willing, my love, just to take responsibility, not for what happened, but for what you made it mean? That you were the one that decided you are unlovable, you're out of control, you are not worthy, you have to silence yourself, and you don't have a voice. Are you willing to take responsibility for that? I've essentially shifted the hate from the person who did it to myself. Yes, I'm prepared to do what I need to do to find myself. Oh my God, you're going to make me cry. Ooh. I feel you, honey. I feel you, and I love you. I love your bravery and courage. Okay, great. So, good. All right. I've essentially shifted the hate from the person. You know what? Okay, great. So you've shifted the hate from the person that did it to you at 8. That's awesome. We can do a process to really, really shapeshift this and alchemize it so you're not in the rust, that you can be in the brilliance and radiance of you. I think what you need to shift now, my love. You're crying. Oh, I love you. I'm not surprised. Good. Emotion, honey, is energy in motion. Okay. This is energy in motion. Let it out, baby. This is spiritual housekeeping. Okay. I feel you. Emily's crying. Crying is release. Emily's not crying. Crying is a release. Yes, release. It's energy. My friends, my opinion on depression is it is when we suppress our emotions over time, they get compacted and we are depressed. We are squished down. We have no life source, no vibrance, no brilliance, no cha-cha-cha. Kylie, here's my loving coaching to you. It's beautiful that you've shifted the hate from the person that did whatever they did to you. You now need to shift the guilt of little Kylie, because little Kylie did everything that she could do to survive life. Little Kylie had a belief system that the world was big and scary and unsafe, and it wasn't safe to be you. And so you would have dimmed your light. You told us you've silenced yourself. It wasn't safe to be you. And of course, an 8-year-old is going to decide that. So you would have shrunk and suppressed all of your radiance. And it's still manifesting now because you're showing up to a job of 14 years where your productivity and performance is low, where you're not fulfilled, you're not on fire, you're not inspired, and you'll live that existence and everywhere else in your life that you're not happy, because you are fulfilling the own prophecy that you determined at 8, which is, I am not worthy, I am unlovable, I've got to silence myself, I have no voice, and I'm out of control. So my love, you will position yourself in a victim orientation there. You with me? Suppressed emotions for so long, it freaks me the fuck out. Now it's coming out. Honey, it's time. Here's the deal. I've spent decades, guys, working on myself, educating myself, and training myself to be someone that can help people absolutely transform their life in one conversation. I'm talking about decades worth of suffering and trauma and healing transformed. No medication, no drugs, no therapy. We are just going to go into your subconscious mind and shape shift and separate what happened and what you made it mean. Without sounding arrogant, I want to say this. When people come to me for coaching, I know it's time, because we work in the breakthrough space. Kylie, you would be ripping yourself off if you hung up from this session today and you went back to your old ways of cracking the whip and being hard on yourself. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. You may feel like Bambi. Your legs may feel wobbly, but it is time. How do I know? Because we're here. And if you believe in synchronicity and universal divine timing, this is not got nothing to do with me, Tanja Lee. This is your higher self has found us online. You've followed my page, you're engaging, you're interacting, you've put your name in the chance to win, a chance to heal, and now your question is being answered. Your soul is screaming, is singing for transformation, because this belief system has reached its expiry date, and not on my watch will you live another day where you suppress the radiance and magnificence of yourself, because you're also a mother, and the funk that we bring in our energetic field actually infiltrates in, and we bring it to the space, we bring it to our relationships, we bring it to our work, we bring it to our food, we bring it to our conversation. And I don't say that to guilt trip you at all. I say that because I want you to be aware. You made a decision at 8. You made a decision to survive life. And if you are picking up what I'm putting down, and you send us some love, some emojis, if you can give Kylie some energy, that would be amazing. Mary Bishop, Kylie, with you. My sisters are still sabotaging their beings as a result of what happened in our youth. Oh, more of the same. Oh, man, I'm on freaking fire to heal childhood trauma. I'm telling you. Oh, I could burst into tears right now, not from suffering, but just from passion. We are miracles on earth, and we are suppressing our radiance and brilliance because of the shit that happened to us in the past. And we can't control what happened, but we can control what we decide as a result. I choose to do exactly what Tanja Lee is saying. I processed it as shaping me into a more compassionate, empathetic person. Yes, we're going to, oh, beautiful. Well said, Mary. Thank you for your wisdom, honey. Goosebumps, no guilt trip needed. I got that shit covered. Or okay, good. Thank you. I love you. So, you've shared yourself. We've understood some trauma happened to you when you were 8. We're sorry. We've unpacked the decision you made as an 8-year-old. She's doing her best to survive life, but it's suppressing your life force and it's having you unfulfilled. You're willing. You've been willing to take responsibility for it now, Kylie. We're going to take a leaf out of Mary's book. You have shifted the hatred from the person that did whatever they did to you, and I'm sending you an invitation to start to shift the whip cracking and guilt to waving the wand of love. And I know that sounds woo-woo, but I just like the phrase, let's whip more wand. I'm spending more time looking at Instagram, my friends, so please know I'm not ignoring you, because I know that's where Kylie is, and I'm talking to Kylie, but I'm with you too, okay? So it's time to actually fill yourself up with love and create way more empowering beliefs. So if we were listening to Mary, which we are, Kylie, I want you to now tune into, I want you to stop the sabotage and those disempowering beliefs that just keep you stuck and locked in the memory. And I want you to start to share with us Pauline saying, I freaking love this. Be kind to yourself, Kylie. Yes, we are all, by the way, Kylie, thank you for being a lighthouse, because this is not just about you. You are being a lighthouse for all of us to heal through your courage and sharing. And man, if there's anything I want to do at 8 o'clock on a Friday, it's bloody this. Kim Holland, thank you, Kylie, for your honesty and openness, sending loads of love and power to you. Thank you, Melissa. Less whip, more wand. Now, Kylie, I want you to tune into, what has this taught you? What virtues have you learnt? You know, Mary was sharing that she's learnt to be compassionate and empathetic. I've definitely, in my own childhood trauma, have learnt, man, unbelievable compassion and empathy, like, which enables me to be a really great coach, actually. Did I like it at the time? No. I'll be sharing more about that in the future. But honestly, yeah. So, Kylie, when you tune in to the virtues, the characteristics that you developed as a result of the trauma as an 8-year-old. Morning, Fairy Mary, thanks for tuning in. What can you see? Emily saying, thanks for your vulnerability and courage. You, Neil, you can heal with your bravery. Thank you, Kylie, for being a lighthouse for all of us. I feel powerful, healing right now. Beautiful. Kylie, what did this teach you? What have you learned about yourself? Please share. And then I'm going to give you some homework to do. And by the way, if you're watching this, cheers. Here's to a cup of consciousness where we heal the past, liberate, and get clear about our passion and purpose so we can become masterful manifestors of our heart's desires now. Not in 10 years' time, not in 2 years' time, now. So, Kylie, the magic of bringing your power back to you, life-changing, sending you so much love, Kylie. Oh, I love this community. God bless all of you. So, Kylie, what have you learned about yourself? I turned into a selfish asshole. No, not buying it. Sorry. I'm going to ask you to Control-Alt-Delete that comment. No, not buying it. That's just more victim whip cracking. I'm going to get a little tough love with you now. You're very good at being hard on yourself. So I want you to cut that out. Okay, I'm going to be a loving mother to you right now. Stop it. Enough of the suffering. I'm learning that being selfish can be used for good. Yes, not evil. So stop being hard on yourself. Watch your language. I'm not anymore. Good. If you do anything today, I want you to stop hating on yourself. You didn't ask for the trauma. It happened. And this is a hard pill to swallow, but I'm going to ask you to swallow it anyway. From this moment on, my invitation is to you. Please don't see it that life happened to you. That situation happened for you. Not nice, not good, not great. But if you can start to alchemize it into it happened for you, and it happened for you to learn some virtues that is going to make you unbelievable in particular areas for your life. And you are not confident in owning your magnificence because you've spent 32 years suppressing your radiance. So I need you right now, Kylie, to dig out 3 nuggets of you. I know there's 3. If it's about who you are as a mother, as a wife, as a cook, as a cleaner, as a friend, I don't care. But I want you to find 3 qualities in you that you love, that you're proud of, that you would be a friend to you for. 3 qualities. Kylie, you are not a selfish a-hole. Thank you for your politeness, Mary. Otherwise, you would not be here. Exactly. Confidence is what I'm seeking. Exactly. But listen, all of you, please listen. You are never, ever, ever going to wake up on planet confidence. We put so much pressure on ourselves of not doing something. I'm not confident to do that, so I'm not going to do it. Of course, you're not confident to do it because confidence is the 5th step. There are 5 steps to get to confidence. Here's what they are. My friends that are scribing, please type this in. Step 1, unconscious incompetence. You don't know what you don't know. I'm funny. I have energy when I'm excited. Make shit happen. Of course, you're funny. Good. You're funny. You have energy when you're excited about something. Great. Progress is the key to happiness. And you make shit happen. Great. Own that today. You're funny. When you're excited, you have energy and you're someone that can make shit happen. Good. Now, what I want you to do is focus on what is the shit you want to make happen now. Think about it, Kylie, and type it in. What do you want to make happen now? So back to the 5 steps to confidence. Number 1, unconscious incompetence. That's the first step. That is where you don't know what you don't know. If I was to ask you, tell me something you don't know, you don't know it. All right? You don't know it. Number 2, the second step, conscious incompetence. This is where we become aware. Number 2, conscious incompetence. I'm aware I'm not confident. I'm aware I don't know how to ski. I'm aware I suck at cooking. I'm aware I'm insecure. Awesome. Awareness is the key to transformation. The third step to confidence is conscious competence. This is where we practice. We're practicing the skills that it takes to be confident in the area we want to be confident in. Kylie, I need to know, what do you want to be confident in? What exactly do you be confident in? So number 1, unconscious competence for those typing. Number 2, conscious incompetence. Number 3, conscious competence. You're practicing the skill. Number 4, unconscious competence. That's when it's habitual now. You're in a flow. You want to be confident in yourself. Got it. But that's very conceptual, very macro. I want you to go micro. Pick one area in yourself. Health, wealth, relationships, parenting, work, self-expression, owning your truth, standing up for yourself. Which one? Let's go granular so you can get specific and get an action. The fourth one, unconscious competence. This is when it's habitual now. We don't have to think about it anymore. It's like when you forget your PIN number, but you go to the ATM and your fingers just type it in because your fingers and your body know it. I want to trust myself, having let myself down for 40 years. Great. How will you know, Kylie, that you've achieved that goal? What will be the experience of trusting yourself? How will you know, oh, look, there I am. I'm trusting myself. I've got an idea, but I want to hear it from you. How will you know when you actually trust yourself and having the confidence to use it? I'm sorry, I've got an itchy ear. Ugh. How will you know when you trust yourself, Kylie? I'm going to offer something, but I want to hear from you. And the fifth step to confidence, Melissa, thank you, birthday girl, is mastery, confidence. It's when you have become aware of where you lack the competence. You've practiced the skills to develop the competence. You've established the competency, and then and only then can you be confident. So Kylie and everybody else, you're not confident in trusting yourself, in speaking up for your truth, in honoring yourself, because you haven't got muscle memory of practicing it. I'm really not sure. Can I offer you what it, I'm going to offer it anyway. Hey, Indie Film Studios, how are you, my friend? So Kylie, here's what I want to offer you. Consider when you decided at 8 years of old, when you were traumatized, that you were going to be silent and you didn't have a voice. That is the biggest way that you can create your world and manifest the heart of who you are on planet Earth. So my invitation to you, and what I want you to practice before I choose the winner of who's going to have the healing. Kylie, could you imagine if it was you? How awesome would it be if it was you? Thank you, Amanda, for typing that up too. My invitation to you, Kylie, if you want to be confident in yourself, you have to speak your truth. You have to own your no. You have to say yes and go for it and act, because you've honored a belief for 32 years that you are not worthy, you are unlovable, you are out of control, you are silenced, and you don't have a voice. It is our voice that declares new realities into existence. It is our voice that gives us our name. You go from being beautiful baby girl to being Kylie because the nurse says to your parents, what's her name? She goes from baby girl to Kylie. A president goes from president-elect or candidate to the president or the prime minister when they are sworn into office, sworn in. A man and woman become, or woman and woman and man become husband and wife, or husband and husband, or wife, not when they sign the certificate, not when the ring goes on, but when the celebrant says, I now pronounce you. So Kylie, it's time to use your voice. It's time to speak your truth. It's time to say no, thank you. It's time to stop people pleasing. It's time to put yourself first and dig into the heart of who you are and find out what it is that you love. I've been imagining. So Kylie, my question to you is, are you willing to start creating an empowering belief? Because if you keep walking on this earth with the belief that you're not worthy, you are unlovable, you're out of control, you're silent, and you don't have a voice, you're going to manifest more of the same. Kylie, today's the day you create an empowering belief. So what is the empowering belief, and are you willing to speak it? And if I could offer you something to try on in the fitting room of life, it would be, I am worthy. I am ready. Great. You're ready. What else? You're ready, you're worthy, and you have a voice, and you deserve to be heard. So what is an empowering you belief that you can create? I want you to write that in. Friends that are watching that can type something in. What did you hear for yourself today? You've given so much love. I have a voice and something to say worth listening to. Boom shakalaka. Can I offer you something as an affirmation? I am worthy and worth listening to. I am worthy and worth listening to. I am worthy and worth listening to. I want you to have that be your mantra today. I am worthy and worth listening to. And I want you, Kylie, to start listening to yourself. Start listening to your heart. Start listening to your desires. And when it comes to your job, okay, because I hadn't even touched on that because I went on a massive rant, but I hope it was valuable for all of you. When it comes to your job, I invite you to speak to your brilliant boss who you love and be honest and say, look, I've been here for 14 years. I feel like I'm really competent in all the things that I'm doing, but I notice I'm getting stale. Use your voice because you're worthy. I'd love a challenge. I'd love a change or a challenge, or I'd love to, shift stuff up. Now, if you don't want to work there anymore, then Kylie, start looking for something else. Start create a list of all the skills that you have and the qualities that you own them because you're worthy and you're worth listening to. So either speak to your boss about creating a new challenge or start to brainstorm what would be a job or a role that you would love. I am worthy and worth listening to. I think many people are going to adopt that. So Kylie, are you willing to do that? G'day, Melissa. So thanks for tuning in. I want you to type in what are you hearing for yourself? What is your biggest takeout from today? What did you get for yourself? Even though you're not Kylie, and even though the coaching wasn't directly for you, it was for you too. Okay. So Kylie, sure am. So sure am what? Are you going to speak to your boss and say, hey, I can add so much more value here, but I need a challenge. And if I'm really honest, my productivity is lagging because I'm not challenged enough. I need stimulation. So I need to learn a new skill. I need more responsibility. I need a challenge. Or brainstorm a new role. Pam says, go girl. Okay, awesome. So Kylie, I love you. Let's give some emoji love. Let's give some congrats to Kylie for being a lighthouse for all of us to learn parts of ourselves. And by the way, if you like that mantra, I am worthy and worth listening to, Kylie, I'm sure you're willing to share it, right? I'm sure you're willing to share it. I'm going to look for something else as I've gone as far as I can where I am. Great. So what specific action are you going to take by when, Kylie? So you're worthy and worth listening to, and you're going to look for something else. When are you going to do that? Because I want to hold you accountable. All right. I'm about to draw the winner. Someone is about to receive a 1.5 hour complimentary, valued at $497, energetic healing and clearing, where we do similar to what I did with Kylie, but we go way deeper and we heal it from your body. We go to the moment it happened. Listen to your inner wisdom, follow your heart, be strong and brave. Oh, beautiful wisdom, Sylvia. Okay, Kylie, it could be you. Drum roll, please. Thank you to all of you who entered. I'm doing this every week for a little while. So if you want the chance to be coached by me, similar to Kylie, but in a much deeper way, one-on-one privately via Zoom, and you get a recording of it, then go to my Instagram, follow me, Tanja Lee. Go to the win post, type in 25 words or less what you want to shift, why you want this session for you, and tag 3 people that you believe love it too. Okay. It's CD83. It's not you this time, but if you want to do some more work with me, DM me and I'd be very happy to be of service to you. CD83. I don't know if you're watching right now. I haven't seen you. I've just been, doing the do. I will DM you. Congratulations. You're about to heal the biggest block that is stopping you from living your most authentic life. I'm happy for you. Good on you for entering. Please, friends, enough suffering. You're a miracle. We're miracles floating on a rock in space. Enough of the suffering. I love you all so, so, so much. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all your scribing. Please, I show up here free every week, Mondays and Fridays, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I ask nothing but your courage and vulnerability. First step, build confidence. Ditch the bullshit stories. Once my head is emptied of the crap, I can fill it with confidence. Great. Start today. I'm going to set you another challenge, honey. Don't put things off. We're a perfectly imperfect, consistent work in progress. You don't have to wait till you're pristine and clean and cleared and healed and sorted. You can be doing the mantra of I'm worthy and worth to whilst you're on seek, looking for a job. Trust that the universe has got your back. Trust that there's an opportunity waiting to find you. You don't have to be all sorted before you seek. That's my invitation. Kylie, will you jump to seek today and at least have a look? At least type in a short list and reverse engineer the kind of role that you want so you can get emails, so you can go, oh, what's of interest? Will you do that? That's a challenge. Will you do it? Thank you, Tanja. Wonderful session. You're welcome. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you the same time, same bat channel, Monday, 8 a.m. Standard Time. If you got value out of this, and if you want to support me in helping as many people as possible heal their past so they can get clear about their passion and purpose, so they can also become masterful manifestors now, so we can live in a world where people are empowered and creatively self-express up to stuff that elevates human consciousness and creates a beautiful place to live. And please share this. Please tag people. That's all I ask. That would be the best for me. I love you. Thanks for tuning in. CD83, I'm coming at you and look forward to your company. Please, please become a devotee. Fill your cup with love and go brew you. I love you. Kylie, well done. You're going to go and seek? I'm going to DM you. Thank you and thank you and thank you. I love you. See you, gorgeous. See ya.